This week on the penultimate episode of Dragon Age, Children of Ferelden.
They'll be fine.
Hey, it's a creepy tower in the middle of an abandoned creepy tower in the middle of nowhere. Let's send one person in there by themselves to look at it.
I've seen this movie before. It turns out fine.
If you are finding this episode first, I want you to go back. I want you to go back and find the first episode of this. Nothing will make sense if you are jumping in here. So go back to the beginning. And we had so much fun doing this. I had so much fun doing this. And I want you to have fun with us as well. So jump back to episode 1. Otherwise, enjoy.
Oh, and I definitely cut the head off the Genlock and just hooked it to my horse. Since nobody wants this in their cart.
And we'll put one in our cart.
Yeah.
The Sunshine will be fine with one back here, right?
They probably got it on a stick in the back of the cart on opposite me, and I'm trying to
duffel bag. I'm fairly certain you can fit up to 8 heads in a duffel bag.
We have a chest.
We have a large chest.
In any case, you make your way north to Olaf's Bay. It does not take you particularly long to get there, as you are pretty close to the town before this whole fight started. So you reach Olaf's Bay. You spend a little bit of time managing your wagons and mounts, and I think Megan was going to be setting up camp just outside of town.
Yep.
You find lodging, all that, get cleaned up, and you get a night's rest. Once everybody is ready, you start making your way back south, that half hour or so south that you need to go to get to the crossroads, and begin making your turn west in the direction of Tierstead.
Okay.
So this road is a lot less traveled than the road that you originally came down. The kind of gentle rolling hills, little copses of trees and things that you had passed initially begin to kind of give way to more rocky, hilly land where the trees are fewer and farther between. You can see the ice-capped Frostback Mountains rising off in the distance. As you make your way down the road, you can hear the sound of some dogs barking just over the next hill.
Oh, please don't make us fight dogs.
There are 2 collie heads poking out of the back of the wagon, barking in response.
Okay. When you make your way over the hill, you can see a couple of shepherds with a small flock of sheep and a few sheepdogs.
I'll stop and chat with them.
They're not going to talk to me.
Well, if you make your way over to them, it's a man and a woman. They are in their late teens or maybe early 20s, humans. The guy comes up to you. He's got a big old staff. And he smiles and he says, "Well, hello, I'm Kellig. What brings you this way?"
Well, hello, good sir. We're on here by charge of the Arl to see what's going on with some disappearing livestock. Do you know anything about that? Have you had any of your livestock being disappeared?
All right, and his easy smile kind of gives way to a dark look, and he rubs his face a little bit, and he says, "Yes, there's been strange beasts that have been attacking our sheep and goats. Most of the attacks have happened west of Tierstead, so most of us shepherds have started bringing our flocks over on the east side of the town. The grazing over here isn't as good, but it's a little bit safer, and I guess that's why we're out here. This isn't really our normal grazing land."
Get a good look at those strange beasts.
They look sort of like wolves, but they've got They got strange spines, bony protrusions, and bare spots in their fur. They look more or less like wolves, but not like any wolf that we had seen before.
Wonder if they got the blight.
White wolves.
Blight wolves. Well, thank you kindly for the information. We'll continue on westward then, and see if we can't find this pack of blight wolves.
Carsey actually calls over to you and says, well, if you're trying to figure out what's going on, you could go to the old watchtower. That would give you a good view of the terrain.
Oh, thank you kindly.
You travel westward for another few hours, and then you come over the top of the hill, and you can kind of see some smoke in the distance. And when you look for its source, you see that you can see the village of Tierstead. You can see a few houses, some simple shops, blacksmithing, tanning, just really, simple country village.
Should we find someone who's in charge here? They probably are the ones who called for the Arl to send people. Maybe they can tell us more.
They send a little kid, to go get the headman. And after a little bit of time, there is a woman in her early 60s. She comes out of the tannery, wiping her hands, and comes on over to talk to you. And for those of you with sensitive noses, she smells like hot pee.
What?
Okay.
Oh, God. Excuse us. We were sent here by Arl Inman. We understand you're having some problems with your livestock. Can you tell us anything about that?
The shepherds out west of town, they've had, they've been getting attacked by strange, and she describes blight wolves to you again. Most of the shepherds have started taking their flocks off to the east, and we're not sure where the source of this is, but nobody has been brave enough to venture west of the village in some days.
We heard there was a watchtower over there. Can you point us towards that so we can see if we can get a better view?
Oh, yeah, if you take the road towards Rainsphere, you'll notice that the main road goes off, and then there's a small side road that you'll see that used to be the old main road, but it was washed out in a flood, and the watchtower stood over the bridge that used to be in the area. So if you just head northwest out of town, you'll see it. It's quite tall.
That's all wonderful. I guess we should. How long does it take to get there, would you say?
On foot, 3 or 4 hours walk.
Okay, so we
We
can
have horses, so that would take us half the time. Less than.
if everybody rides if they're walking. But we can still make it there by mid-afternoon.
Yeah.
Sounds like that's where we should head next. What do you think, guys?
Yep.
High ground is always good ground.
All right, everybody, hop onto the plot train because we don't have time for any additional steps.
Sorry.
You make your way northwest out of the town or the village of Tierstead, and after an hour or so, you come to the crest of a hill and you can actually see the watchtower. No, it's too far away to really get a good look at, but in any case, you like, oh, yep, okay, there it is. Cool, you can see it. And you continue making your way there. You wind up finding the main road, and then you see that indeed there is it's really more of a footpath at this point that leads off to the side and over in the general direction of the old watchtower. You continue forward over the hills. It's getting rockier, and the wind coming off of the Frostback Mountains is starting to, it's a little chillier, a little colder as you go up a little bit in elevation from where you were yesterday, and you get closer and you see the watchtower is old, several hundred years old. The battlements at the top are crumbling. There's lichen and clinging to the southern side of the tower. Moss, broken stones all around the side. A torn and faded Ferelden flag dangles from a platform on one of the upper levels.
So I do have the ability focus in engineering. Can I take a good quick look at it to make sure we're not going to die on our way up the stairs?
Also, is it advisable that we all go?
The tower is old and it is crumbly, but it doesn't look like it's gonna fall over with you standing on it.
Okay.
You can actually, and then also when you get a little bit closer to the entrance, you can see there's a little wisp of smoke coming from the entranceway, almost like there was a small campfire or something on the inside.
We should all go in, shouldn't we?
We should definitely see if we can see what's going on in there before we go any further.
I'll take the lead.
Is there a skeleton there?
All right, who's
That is definitely a skeleton on the ground.
Sorry, who's controlling the dogs?
I am.
And you do see, over here, there is a dying campfire. You can see a couple of bedrolls here. There sure as hell is a dead darkspawn skeleton sitting over here.
Well, I move up, take a look at it, and try to figure out how long it's been dead.
All right, as you move, do you have a light source with you?
I have a lantern.
You have a lantern? Okay.
I have a lantern.
Okay, so as you move forward, there's a cage over here that you see as you approach, and there is indeed a blight wolf in the cage. And as you do that, you also notice, as the lantern light reveals,
oh dang!
all those blight wolves are in cages, though. And it looks like
dang.
It looks like the Genlocks are feeding the dead darkspawn bodies that are laying about here to the blight wolves.
What are these?
Those are Genlocks.
Oh, fun! Here we go.
Oh, fudge. I thought we'd be able to go to the top of the tower and shoot people off the top. No! There's people in the tower.
It's a good thing we all went in. Let's send the elf in the door. They'll be fine.
Hey, it's a creepy tower in the middle of an abandoned creepy tower in the middle of nowhere. Let's send one person in there by themselves to look at it.
I've seen this movie before. It turns out fine.
Yeah,
Let's separate.
All right. So roll.
Seriously,
Roll for initiative.
Isn't this weird for Darkspawn?
This would be weird of what you know of Darkspawn. However, the process of making blight wolves basically involves caging wolves and feeding them taint to turn them into blight wolves.
You said taint.
14.
All right, so looks like Megan is first.
She is going to draw her bow, look to the two dogs. Cutlass, dirk, keel. just gonna knock an arrow and is going to fire a shot at the Genlock that is closest right here.
This one?
This one. Man, I wish I could do stunts.
Alright, next up. Renala. That will hit and stunt.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I am jealous of all these stunts.
Alright, that hurt. Renala just rushes forward and stabs it right in the gut. And by the way, Chris is definitely like the stuntiest character I've ever seen. That sounded like an insult. That wasn't meant to be an insult. Sunshine, you up?
I am going to then kind of peek around here, shoot this around her. This guy.
That was not enough.
Aww. I missed. I twanged.
Elwin, you're up?
So, can I get that far and still attack?
35 feet, that is 11 yards.
Nope. I can get to there. Because, Renala's got things in hand there. And there's 2 more Genlocks up over there, so I'll move that far and hope that... Oh, and I will take defense. I will sit on defense. That's what I will do.
Alright, sounds good. Karnak.
So adding +2 to my defense, so that's now 16.
Wonderful.
So run is a minor action, correct? Oh, I can just make it! Literally, I am there.
Yep.
Excellent. So I close on this guy. Alright, so then I go defensive stance.
Renala is getting attacked. Karnak is getting attacked. Alwyn is being engaged but not attacked. Alright, Renala is safe.
Yep.
See, I told you she had things in hand.
Karnak
It does hit. It does hit.
does hit, and I'm going to give him a mighty blow.
Yeah, you are. I mean, what?
That's what she said.
There it is.
Actually,
I was waiting for it.
I'm super proud of you guys. I never thought that we would get this far without some sex jokes. Considering
I do
the
appreciate that it
pregame,
took this
the
long.
pregame conversations that were going on. Karnak, that's 10 damage.
Oh, you suck.
It made everybody laugh, and I'm happy. All right, Megan, you're up. Followed by Renala.
Alright, I am going to make a shot. Let's see who's... Yeah, I can do that. I'm gonna shoot the one that Renala is currently engaged with.
Mhm.
Let's see if I can do something cool or not. Of course not.
You hit.
Oh, you are the anti-cool today.
Respectable.
I mean, yeah, I'm consistent, but not interesting.
All right. I plant an arrow in its upper thigh, and it reaches down, snaps the arrowhead off, and you can see a big slick of blood running down its leg. Renala, you are up, followed by Sunshine.
Can I do backstab?
So you're gonna tell me you're gonna stab them in the face and then you stab them in the groin instead?
Yeah, essentially.
Your
It's
communication
fine,
against their
four.
willpower?
Yes.
Okay. What's your communication?
4.
You win.
So it definitely hits.
Ow.
With backstab, that means I get +3 and yeah, 19 damage.
So you go and you look at the birdie, and then you stab it right in the face. Sunshine,
It's not as funny this time.
Sunshine and Elwyn.
All right, I'm gonna shoot the one that is actually by Alwyn because I can't reach the other one. 13.
Will hit.
Okay, at least I hit it this time. Jeez.
I'll throw you yet, Megan.
All right. Hey, look at that! I actually
you
stunned it for a change.
stunted!
You
Tell me,
hit. You
15
stunned.
hits this guy.
4 stun points.
Kick butt.
All right. So I will. No, I will pierce his armor, and you know what? I will also disarm him.
Ooh, nice.
Hey.
You're not allowed to cut his arms off with just a stun point. I'm just messing with you. Sorry. Wordplay. Haha. Okay. So go ahead and roll your damage.
All right. So first damage for the strike. 11 for the damage, and then for with half the armor, and then at the same time disarming him. So that is a contested opposed attack rolls. So these don't generate stun points, but we both make attack rolls, and if I beat him, his weapon goes away. Running out of, so that's a 12. He gets to keep his weapon.
Or Carmack.
Yeah. There's one right in front of me.
Indeed.
And he hit me. So I'm gonna make him dead. I take a swing.
You will hit.
That is a crappy ass roll, though.
A hit is a hit is a hit, my friend.
Oh, woof.
But in any case, if that's the end of your turn, they're going to go.
Yeah.
All right.
I got nothing.
So he re-engages with you, Karnak, and swings.
Yeah. Oh, that is a hit.
And Elwyn.
Yep, that hits. Clang!
Clang! And we are back to the top of the order. Megan.
I am going to. I guess I'll just see if I can do anything exciting.
Hey, bud!
Finally!
Hang on. Just gonna...
Finally, I can do things. All right, I'm going to use a point to do pierce armor. I will spend another 3 on lightning attack, and use 1 for rapid reload.
All right. Roll that damage.
Okay, second attack.
You stick 2 arrows into its torso, and it stumbles back for a moment, and it has to take a moment to, steady itself and steel its resolve. It looks like it's just barely hanging in there.
Who's up?
Renala.
Get
Okay. Alright, going to move. Damn! 4 stun points.
Oh!
Wow.
Wow!
Well, thank goodness he pierced that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and good thing I got a second attack. Slightly better.
Oh.
To the exact hit point. Renala runs over, steps behind, cutthroat, down it goes. Sunshine.
I'm gonna fire at the last remaining Genlock.
Sounds legit.
I know that. I think it's on its last legs.
Yeah, that will work.
Yeah, that will work. I get 3 stun points, right?
5.
You put
Dang.
the arrow right through the eye slit of its helmet, and it just tips over backwards like a tree.
That's what I was going to say. With these blight wolves just sitting there in cages, how about you archers just sit back and
You
pick them off?
Pick them off, yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yep.
End them all.
And the rest of us will be on watch for the next wave of.
Yeah, there's always another wave.
You've got stairs leading up. The Blight Wolves are all dead.
Okay.
Oh, good.
You take a couple of minutes and just put them out of their misery. Do you go up the stairs? So, what comes next? What's up the stairs? What's in this tower? And what the hell is going on here? Check in next episode of Children of Ferelden.